Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is enjoying their day. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. The Young and the Restless spoilers Thursday, February 6th, Damien Curveball, Claire's lesson, Jack's defense. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Thursday, February 6th, 2025, are here. In tomorrow's episode, fans can expect there to be a twist with Damian King, Jermaine Rivers. Get updates on the latest news about The Young and the Restless, straight to your inbox. We use your personal data for interest-based advertising, as outlined in our privacy notice. What is this? Claire Grace Newman, Haley Aaron, learns a valuable lesson. Plus, Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, goes on the defense. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the next episode of the CBS soap opera. Claire Grace Newman's lesson. Y&R spoilers for Thursday, February 6th reveal that Claire will learn a valuable lesson. Claire and Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, seem to be doing well with their romance. However, Claire is keeping some secrets from Kyle, especially regarding Jordan's, Colleen Zenk, death. Make sure to check out our weekly Y&R spoilers, here. Claire could be tempted to open up to Kyle about what really happened with Jordan. However, Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, might urge Claire to keep quiet. Y&R spoilers, Nikki Newman's wisdom. Nikki could share a story with Claire about how this could backfire on her. At the same time, Nikki will want to encourage Claire to stay with Kyle if that's what her heart truly wants. What is this? Nikki could warn Claire that Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, will make it difficult though. Claire might have to decide if she really wants to risk Victor's wrath or just end the romance now. Claire Grace Newman's lesson. Claire Grace Newman's journey on The Young and the Restless has been one of the most riveting and emotionally layered storylines Genoa City has seen in years, and fans have been glued to their screens watching her unravel the complicated pieces of her identity, her family, and her role in the Newman dynasty. Once introduced as a mysterious outsider with questionable ties to the Newman clan, Claire has slowly emerged as a central figure whose presence continues to shake the family's core. But her story isn't just about redemption, survival, or discovery, it's also about the lessons she's learning along the way, lessons that resonate deeply with fans who see her as both flawed and courageous. In a soap world where power, love, and betrayal dictate the game, Claire's lessons about loyalty, trust, forgiveness, and resilience could shape the future of the Newman Empire forever. When Claire first arrived in Genoa City, many weren't sure how to react. On the surface, she seemed like an innocent young woman, but whispers about her connection to the Newman family and the dark secrets she carried with her past left everyone unsettled. The truth unraveled in shocking twists, and Claire found herself entangled in a web of deceit and manipulation that threatened to destroy her chance at belonging. Yet, amid the chaos, the greatest lesson she began to embrace was the importance of identity, knowing who you are beyond the shadows of your past. Claire realized that to stand strong against the powerful Newman family, she needed to step into her truth, even if it meant facing uncomfortable realities. Claire's second great lesson came through the complex world of family loyalty. The Newman clan is famous for their fierce devotion to one another, but also for the betrayals that cut deeper than any outsider's attack. Victor Newman built his empire on strength, control, and loyalty above all else, but his children have constantly tested those values. Claire, new to the fold, discovered quickly that being a Newman isn't just about having the name, it's about proving yourself day in and day out. She learned that loyalty in Genoa City often comes with conditions, and trust is rarely given without a test. For Claire, the lesson was clear: to earn her place, she couldn't simply be accepted, she had to fight for it, and in doing so, she began to show the resilience that reminded many fans of Victor himself. Love has also been a teacher for Claire. In soap operas, love is rarely simple, and for Claire, it has been both a blessing and a curse. From tentative connections with potential romantic partners to navigating the tricky waters of trust after betrayal, Claire learned that love is not just about passion, it's about vulnerability. The walls she built around herself to survive her troubled past began to crumble when faced with the possibility of opening her heart, but with that vulnerability came the risk of heartbreak. Her lesson here was one of courage to take chances, to risk being hurt, and to allow herself to dream of a life where love wasn't just fleeting but something worth building on. Another powerful lesson Claire has embodied is that of forgiveness. Soap fans know that forgiveness doesn't come easy in Genoa City, where grudges can last decades and revenge is often the driving force of entire storylines. Claire, however, faced situations where forgiveness wasn't just an option but a necessity. In order to move forward, she had to forgive those who wronged her, even when the scars ran deep. But perhaps more importantly, she had to learn to forgive herself. So much of her struggle was internal, haunted by decisions made in moments of weakness or desperation. By beginning to let go of the guilt and shame she carried, Claire has been able to focus on building a new path forward, one not dictated by the mistakes of yesterday but by the possibilities of tomorrow. As Claire continues to navigate the high-stakes world of the Newmans, one of the most profound lessons she has learned is resilience. The Newman family doesn't break easily, and now that she's woven into their legacy, she must embody that same determination. Every setback she faces, whether it's betrayal, heartbreak, or power struggles, only seems to sharpen her resolve. She's learned that in Genoa City, survival isn't enough, you have to thrive, adapt, and prove yourself worthy of standing toe-to-toe with the titans like Victor, Nikki, and Victoria. Claire's resilience isn't just about enduring, it's about transforming, and that makes her one of the most intriguing figures in the show today. Of course, Claire's lessons also extend to the audience. Her story reminds viewers that family doesn't always mean easy acceptance, that love requires risk, that forgiveness can heal even the deepest wounds, and that resilience is the key to overcoming life's toughest challenges. These themes resonate because they are universal, and though played out in the heightened drama of Genoa City, they mirror the struggles many face in their own lives. Fans find themselves rooting for Claire not just because of her Newman name but because she embodies the human journey of falling, learning, and rising stronger. Looking ahead, Claire's lessons are far from over. Rumors swirl about new rivalries, possible romances, and Victor's next big power play that could test Claire in ways she hasn't yet imagined. Will she align herself with Victor, learning from his ruthless but effective tactics? Or will she carve her own path, teaching the Newman family that power doesn't always mean control, but sometimes compassion? Whatever direction the writers take, one thing is certain, Claire's lessons are shaping her into a formidable force, one who could redefine the very legacy of the Newmans. As Claire Grace Newman continues her journey, fans can expect more twists, more heartbreak, more triumphs, and above all, more lessons. Each chapter of her story adds depth not only to her character but to the fabric of the young and the restless itself. In a world where everyone is constantly scheming, plotting, and fighting for their piece of Genoa City, Claire is learning the art of survival, and teaching viewers that no matter how dark the past, the future is always waiting to be claimed. Her lessons are not just hers to learn, they're ours to witness, and that's why Claire has quickly become one of the most compelling characters on the canvas today. Claire Grace Newman's lesson is also intertwined with her relationship with Victoria Newman, her mother. For Victoria, discovering Claire as her daughter was not just shocking, it was transformative. Suddenly, the cold and calculating businesswoman had to learn how to balance her protective maternal instincts with her history of Newman ruthlessness. Claire, in turn, has had to learn the delicate balance of accepting love from a mother who has built her entire life around power, ambition, and survival. This dynamic has forced Claire to reflect on what kind of Newman she wants to be. Does she mirror Victoria's relentless drive to dominate, or does she carve her own gentler approach to life? The lesson here is generational. Children may inherit the shadows of their parents, but they also hold the power to redefine the legacy. In her interactions with Nikki Newman, Claire has gained another valuable lesson: how to find strength in vulnerability. Nikki, who has battled addiction, trauma, and betrayals throughout her storied life, represents a living example of survival and perseverance. Claire's bond with her grandmother shows her that strength doesn't mean never falling, it means having the courage to rise every time you do. Fans have seen touching moments where Nikki has imparted her wisdom to Claire, reminding her that being a Newman isn't about being perfect but about having the strength to face storms and still stand tall. This lesson of vulnerability and perseverance is becoming one of the cornerstones of Claire's story arc. Meanwhile, Victor Newman himself has been one of the greatest teachers Claire could ever face. Known as the Mustache, Victor rules Genoa City with intimidation, loyalty, and ironclad will. He doesn't hand out trust easily, and Claire has had to navigate his watchful eye. Victor's lessons are often harsh, but they have taught Claire that survival in the Newman family requires strategy, patience, and an ability to play the long game. Every time Victor tests Claire, she learns that approval in this family is not given, it's earned. More importantly, she's learned the art of reading power dynamics, a skill that could serve her well in the coming years as she cements her place in the Newman hierarchy. But not all of Claire's lessons have been about family. She has also had to face the Newman enemies, rivals like the Abbotts, who watch every Newman move with suspicion, and figures like Adam Newman, who constantly teeters between ally and enemy. Claire has learned that in Genoa City, alliances can change overnight, and enemies can become reluctant allies if the circumstances demand it. Her ability to adapt, to read people, and to decide who to trust is another lesson shaping her growth. And fans can see that these experiences are molding Claire into more than just another Newman pawn, she's becoming a player in her own right. Perhaps one of the most intriguing lessons Claire has yet to fully embrace is the idea of self-empowerment. Her past was riddled with manipulation, trauma, and loss of control, and for so long, she allowed others to dictate her path. But now, in Genoa City, she has the chance to take back control of her story. Her lesson is that empowerment isn't something others can give her, it's something she must claim for herself. Whether that means stepping into the business world, forming alliances outside of the Newman circle, or even daring to pursue happiness in her personal life, Claire is slowly realizing that she is the author of her destiny. And that realization may be the most powerful lesson of all. As viewers look to the future, speculation grows about what the next chapter in Claire's lesson-filled journey will be. Will she clash with Summer Newman over power and influence? Will she test the patience of Victoria by forging her own path? Will she lean toward compassion like Nikki, or lean into the cutthroat ruthlessness of Victor? Each direction offers dramatic potential, and the lessons Claire learns along the way will not only define her but also ripple through the Newman dynasty.